This is my dad's 1999 Chevy Suburban that has a serious engine knock at 246,000 miles. Ooh, that blow by. I think it just rammed and all.
Stop it. I don't think you are.
She still runs as good as she does back there.
You can't hear the knocking from the inside.
So, this is a 242,000 mile Chevrolet Suburban engine that ran out of oil because it has that. I'll just show you. See that right there? It's cracked. It was cracked. That's the starter bolt location. It was cracked and it was leaking out and it cracked. It was sitting for a long time, a whole summer, and then was used to haul a boat, and we didn't know that it ran out of oil. So we found that out when we got there after the oil pressure gauge went all wonky because, well, no oil. And, well, started knocking. But frankly, we replaced the motor with one that was freshly rebuilt. And now my dad's allowing me to tear this apart. This was from the burn motor. You can see it's all melty right there, right there. But actually not that bad. You can see it did need more oil changes, kind of sludge built up. But it's not that bad. What's surprising though, look at that freeze plug. The freeze plugs aren't even rusty. And those usually rust. He told me to tear it apart but save all the bolts in case if we could use them. And that's what I'm gonna do. Grabbing these bolts because they can be used. There's still a few bolts that's lying around. Well, I'll get back to you when I can get more off. Look. And temperature switch. I'm gonna take that. That's actually could be used. The good old 350 Chevy. To take the flywheel off the back. For sure, all of them were gonna start knocking after that one. That one was already really bad. If only I got a video of my cousin revving it up. It was like a fan hitting the shroud, but louder and deep tone. Just got the thermostat housing off. This was replaced. You can tell by the junkyard lettering. Yeah, this was replaced. Not so dirty under there. Coolant passageways, pretty decent. That surface is kind of oddly clean on one side and dirty on the other. But took off the rockers, the rocker cover, the valve cover, you mean, and same as the other side, pretty much. Kind of got some crud and dirt in there, but then again, look at the back side of the motor. That's after a little bit of brushing, y'all. You can see the GM stamp right there. I had to re-angle it because it was sideways angle, and I don't want you seeing stuff sideways. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's normal. Pretty normal. I didn't take gaskets done, I could tell. That's my dad's quality art TV job. Let's see, so got some oil. And there is the dog bones that hold the lifters in. See the oil drive gear and the camshaft down there. The lifters, pretty decent. What you expect out of a 240,000 mile engine. Guys, I wanted to show you something earlier, but for some reason my camera would not let me turn it off. But all of those ones that I put on that valve cover were clear, but these two, if I can show you, are completely clogged up with sludge. Sludge. Moment of truth. Let's see what this looks like underneath. Did I miss a bolt? I think I may have missed a bolt. Let me come back. Let's see if this'll help. Just need to go find a bird. Oh, I got that on video, but got the head off. I do say, you don't look half bad. I mean, you could see where the gasket's starting to fail. Look at those. Those are pretty good. Frankly. Even though my dad's gonna scrap the whole motor, I think these sets might actually be reusable. Oh wait, never mind, look at that. No, that was just dirt. No, the old gasket actually. Let's peel this off. Doesn't look like there was gonna be... This gasket held up well for high mileage. Let's get a flashlight, looking down that cylinder bore. Looks like a little bit of a ridge. Looks like a little ridge. But frankly, I don't feel nothing. I don't know how I'm gonna get those lifters out. I don't have a magnet with me. Maybe later I'll get them out, but that's gonna be it for now. I gotta go with my dad, get some parts for the Suburban. Well, half an engine left. I gotta go take a look at the Suburban itself. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. Aren't you now? Glad I left the hood popper when I actually show the new motor. What a beautiful new engine. Purrs like a kitten. Fights like a rocking horse. Nicely, freshly painted. Good engine and a pretty decent truck. I mean, it's great for Indiana standards. As in, it's not completely rotted out. I mean, yeah, there is its fair share of rot. And on the other side too, but hey. She still fires up, right up. Listen. We even found out there was a few grounds missing. Well, broken off, so that's... Oops, left the radio on. Runs like a dream. Doesn't even smoke. It sounds like great. Need to replace the bumper or pop it out. So, a bit has happened since I last recorded. But I got the water pump off, as you can see. And I also got the other head off and all the lifters out. I'll be working on well, one of the lifters are stuck and I can't take them out. I'm gonna try and take out the cam and then start working on the bottom end. Let's get this going. I want to get back to my YouTube videos. Okay. And got one last bolt. Let's see how the timing is, how the timing chain looks.
It's going to 50,000 miles, possibly a couple of these chain replacements.
Let's hope I don't need the dead blow. And look at that. Pretty clean. Definitely worn. Thought I would not be able to hear the knocking. Knocking right there. I'll show you. I'll get you closer. I'll show you on the one that is making that loud knock. Watch the piston on the left as I turn it by hand. Yep. As bad. Okay, finally got the cam out. Took me a while. I do say that cam is in good shape. No deep scoring. It all looks good. The distributor gears, the spider gear, worm gear, whatever, still good in shape. All nice and solid, no scratching, no pitting, and all well lubricated. That's great. More and more evidence that that motor just went out because of a bearing failure. I'm gonna start tearing apart the bottom end. Can't touch the camera. Grease on my fingers again. scratching my head. Because now I got grease in my hair. I kid you not. I just found this in the oil filter housing. Think that might be why it actually, like, lost the bearing? Lost not enough oil? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's clear because of this now more noticeable cracked block. It causes a slow and predominant leak that eventually drained all the oil, and then it was used because, hey, it was, but you see right there? Zoom in. Piece of junk. Manual zoom. See that crappy welds? Cracked right next to the gasket. That small hairline crack leaked oil. You can see by all that crud built up right here. So it was the fact that it ran dry that killed this old 350. I wanted to show you the oil pump gears. Normal wear. But apparently was bearing failure because that one was knocking. Then again, there's another one right here. Okay, let's get this out on camera. Okay, my other one. That was on camera. Like I said, this motor's junk. Okay, not touched. Look how close those... Oh, wait. Look how close those rings are. I did not touch this. The rings are just a good... freaking... I don't know how. 15 degrees of... I don't know where the bottom ring is. But I did not touch this. You see me just drop it. That's how far apart they were. That would explain smoky startups. Yeah, speaking of, other bearing came off easy. Crank is... I'll get you a close-up, but the crank looks beautiful. And that was a bad one. See? No scoring. No ridge, no scoring. This motor might have some good parts in it after all. We were expecting to throw away the whole entire thing. Oh boy, guys. Man, this is terrible. Look at that. That's what's left of the bearings. Yeah, like I said, we're scrapping this whole entire junk. Look at that. No wonder why oil pressure was always not there. Come on, let me grab those bearings. They were on top of each other. These are both of the bearings. And they How? Well, that's what one towing a boat. Surprised that these don't look that bad, but then again, way over clearance. Oh boy, and I thought this was a reusable crank for a second there. I thought it was a reusable crank for a second there. And I like that. Boy, I gotta tell Dad. Testament to Chevy. Almost 300,000 miles. Ran without oil while towing a boat. And still this solid. And I'm glad we got a freshly rebuilt one in that Suburban, because this... I was planning on rebuilding this motor. I knew the crank was bad, but... You see how bad it is right in the middle of the screen. I don't want to touch this, I got greasy hands, but... That is terrible. It is not even... It is... So, the way I see this, the center has been moved. Because it's still flat on the bottom. It kind of ovaled. So it's like, I need something of a... Okay, this'll work. It's like there's a circle that's about this big. Pretend it's bigger, but pretend, okay, you see that in the middle? I don't know if you can see, but it's like that. That's the big circles by my fingers are how it's supposed to be. That is hilarious. How did it still run without... Oh. If John had revved it anymore, he was revving it and it was knocking like crazy. Man, I'm surprised at that point it didn't weld any bearings to... Everything was actually knocking, apparently. All the bearings were out of tolerance and it was going like... And it had that big one going knock, 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 knock. If you can see... There. Right there. That's two bearings. You see the gap in between them? Oh, I'm gonna go tell my dad. Okay. Finally, it took me 10 minutes just to try and get the film right. But here she is. I forgot to film an outro. Actually, my original outro was too bad. Because I had to chop and edit so many bad things out of the stupid, dumb videos I made. But the truck's still doing good. We haven't even drove it enough to make it do its first oil change. We changed the motor last year and then haven't really... Thank you so much for interrupting it. Anyway, that was last year and still running strong. Gets flat tires now and then, because if you notice in the video, the tires were flat. Anywho, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. That motor got scrapped in the next month. And that was last July. It was sometime during quarantine. All I remember. But the motor swap was done in the middle of December. Why am I standing out on the porch in the middle of an Indiana fall night when it's like 30 degrees out and freezing cold? So good night. Bye.